Mr. President will not lie to you. Let me speak in pidgin English. Sometimes this country, they choke. It they choke us. Mr. President, a few days ago, I was coming back from Kenya on the assignment that this parliament sent me. When I landed at Addis Ababa International Airport, I saw Nigerians being hoarded by a corner, denied flight. I came out of the line, and I asked the immigration people there, why are you keeping these people without them boarding a plane? They told me I should go back to my line. I removed my diplomatic passport. I said, I'm a diplomat. I want to know why they are not boarding the flight. The moment they saw my international passport, red passport, they directed me to a seat, and I sat down there. What I'm saying, I'm on live television. Some Nigerians were in that flight, and they saw me when I left my queue. And I found out what they did. And I told them, give me back these Nigerians, let me take them to my country and hand them to immigration in my country. Most of them, Mr. President, they were treated in such a manner because they are using green passport. Sometimes, when young people tweet what they tweet and they express their frustration on social media, I want you to know that we are doing this out of the love that we have for this country. Not that we hate this country. We have nowhere to go. This is our country. This is an orphan, without a father, without a mother, without a godfather, recognized by the president for his work and presented to serve. Most of these young people who are leaving the country, Mr. President is telling them, come back.
It was a drama galore on the floor of the Nigerian Senate yesterday when tech guru Bosu Tijani appeared before the legislators as one of the nominees by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for ministerial position when he appeared on screening. Well, the drama started when one of the senators raised a question on the tweet posted by Bosu Tijani in 2019, when in that said tweet, Bosu appeared to have disparaged the nation, probably out of frustration based on his explanation regarding the treatment he received at the Chinese embassy when they realized that he's a Nigerian. Well, he said that he made that tweet out of frustration. And the first side of it was when a young senator, talking about Senator Agbo from Adamawa State, rose in defense of Bosu Tijani as a young Nigerian. He explained that the frustration demonstrated in that said tweet by Bosu is actually represent the feeling of most Nigerian young people, because in his own words, the situation of
Dr. Bosu, congratulations. I have two questions for you. Number one, on the 29th of July 2019, you tweeted against the passport and citizens of Nigeria. Do you still believe in that your tweet today? Thank you, Mr. President. On the 21st of July 2019, Dr. Bosu tweeted against a tweet against Nigeria that it does not appreciate the Nigerian passport and Nigeria as a nation. My question now is that, yes, the Nigerian passport and Nigeria as a nation. Let me quote it exactly from the way you put it. Nigeria is an expensive tag to have against your name. Leave patriotism for a minute. That tag is blood of time and energy, but a country. End of quote. Carry on. So the question now is that this tweet, does he still have belief in it, or he has changed his mind about the country now? That's the question. Because when he was reading his resume, he was giving patriotism of how he served, blah, 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 blah. If he has changed now, I just wanted to know, and I want Nigerians to know, because, Mr. President, in the last 2-3 days, his case has been on and off in Nigeria. That it has been trending in Nigeria. So the issue now is that, do you still believe in what you said in 2019? Oh,
so don't get us wrong. We just want to know whether you are from Sierra Leone or some other place, since Nigeria is not good. Please go on.
Thank you, Excellency. The Senate President. Thank you also for bringing up this issue. Distinguished Senator Buhari. I'm going to ask that you please listen to everything I say as if I'm your son, because I will speak from my heart, and everything I'll say today can be proven. I've spent the last 15 years of my life going all across the world, looking for people to support young people who believe they can use technology to help lift this country forward. In 2019, as a sequel to something I did with Google, the business I do, which is to support young people to build businesses, require that they raise money. And the ability to raise money relies on the ability to attract investors from abroad. And I did everything possible to build a company that is fully domiciled in Nigeria. In the technology space, people have domiciled their businesses in Nigeria. I domiciled that business in Nigeria. In 2019, we decided to improve Nigeria's opportunity to be able to raise more money, that we need to be doing a tour of the whole world. But we didn't want to do it just as Nigeria, but as Africa. So I opened up 15 slots. This whole trip was paid for by Google. Nothing came to my pocket. We gave about 8 slots to Nigerians. Because I have a second citizen, which is a British passport, I was in the UK, and I was trying to apply for my Chinese visa, because I did not need visa to every other country. I got to the embassy, and I was told that it would take me 2 days to get my Chinese visa. I was excited. And the gentleman said, "What do you do? Where's your pay slip?" I said, "I run my business." He says, "We have to see your bank account statement." I said, "I'm happy to provide it, but my business is fully domiciled in Nigeria." The moment I mentioned Nigeria, the gentleman said they have to do a special check on me, and it was going to take minimum 2 weeks. In anger, I tweeted what you read, which was paraphrased wrongly. One, I've also been given a taste of what young people have been doing to all of you as well, which is the tweet you read is just the first part of that tweet. The second part specifically mentioned that for us to lift this country up, we must find a way to correct our image, to project positive image. Because I don't want my 2 young girls to grow up, because they're going to be proud Nigerians, I don't want them to grow up to experience the same thing. This is something that can be proven. What they've given to you, sir, is just a screenshot of the first one, which is convenient. A lot of hope to our young people. I am not what is being represented online. I might have said things out of passion and support for young people. On this matter, lastly, because I support a lot of young people, we give them opportunity to come to Yaba to learn software development, to build businesses of their own. So I used to spend almost 30-40% of my time going to look for ways to bail young people out of police station, because they were found with laptops in their bags. Not because there was any evidence to show that these people are fraudulent people.
Our brother, Dr. Boston, congratulations. With the kind permission of Mr. President, I would like to read this tweet. He said, "Who conducted a security check on him when he was appointed? What sort of checks are done by at the Nigerian Senate when they confirm appointees and the media? Question for another day. Until we ask the right questions, these will continue to take us for granted." Order! This is a young man who is well read. I want to ask, having come from my alma mater, I'm also from the University of Jos, and I've taught there in University of Jos for 15 years. I find it very difficult to believe that a graduate of University of Jos will write this on the personality of the Nigerian Senate.
Your Excellency, Senate President, and also distinguished senators. Distinguished senators. I was raised properly as a Yoruba boy, both in Agege and Abeokuta, so I do understand that we're not meant to disrespect our elders, and that's not the training that we're given. My father probably won't be proud of me for all these allegations, but one thing he'll be proud of as well is that the passion that led me to those mistakes has also given me the opportunity to contribute to the development of this country. So I want to profusely apologize to everyone in this hall, including anyone anywhere in Nigeria that may have been offended about everything I said. I ask that you please, in the process of accepting my apology, that you look at the undertone of everything I've said. I didn't say it to spite. I said it out of frustration and love. So please accept my sincere apology, please.
Dr. Bosun Tijani, you are saying that when you came out of the Chinese embassy, you were a bit disappointed with the way the image of Nigeria was being, ridiculed by international communities. But since then, that you have made efforts to correct the image. You brought Bill Gates to Nigeria. You brought Sugar, that's the father of Facebook to Nigeria, and you are doing a lot of things to encourage Nigerians to go into the IT business and also to make money from there to sustain themselves. And you are very determined to make sure that your two children grow up to be proud of their identity as Nigerians, and that what you have suffered internationally should not be meted out to them, and that the image of this country must be corrected. And so when the president gave you this opportunity, you are very happy that this is now even a higher platform for you to come in and help to change that image, and also help to empower a lot of young Nigerians. Let me recognize another young Nigerian to say something. Senator Abu.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting at chair. You will live long, Mr. President. God bless you. Mr. President, sitting at chair, a few days ago, I commended the President of Nigeria for nominating many women into his cabinet. He kept his promise. Most of these women, if you look at their average age, 39 years, average. If you put all of them together, divide their age, give it 37 to 39 years. A young man is also standing before us today. In line with Mr. President's promise to young Nigerians that he will be part of my government, and he brought a young man. Look at his dressing, Mr. President, green and white. That is Nigerian. He came with Nigerian flag because of his passion for this country. Mr. President will not lie to you. Let me speak in pidgin English. Sometimes this country, they choke. They choke us. Mr. President, a few days ago, I was coming back from Kenya on the assignment that this parliament sent me. When I landed at Addis Ababa International Airport, I saw Nigerians being hoarded by a corner, denied flight. I came out of the line, and I asked the immigration people there, why are you keeping these people without them boarding a plane? They told me I should go back to my line. I removed my diplomatic passport. I said, I'm a diplomat. I want to know why they're not boarding the flight. The moment they saw my international passport, red passport, they directed me to a seat, and I sat down there. What I'm saying, I'm on live television. Some Nigerians were in that flight, and they saw me when I left my queue. And I found out what they did. And I told them, give me back these Nigerians, let me take them to my country and hand them to immigration in my country. Most of them, Mr. President, they were treated in such a manner because they are using green passport. Sometimes, when young people tweet what they tweet and they express their frustration on social media, I want you to know that we are doing this out of the love that we have for this country. Not that we hate this country. We have nowhere to go. This is our country. This is an orphan, without a father, without a mother, without a godfather, recognized by the president for his work and presented to serve. Most of these young people who are leaving the country, Mr. President is telling them, come back. Don't be insulted us from America. Don't be insulted us from England. Come back, Nigeria, let's build this country together. And that's why Mr. President nominated him to come back home and for this country. We commend Mr. President for the love that they have for youth, for women, and his vision for a new Nigeria. Colleagues, please, I beg you as a young person, when you see us sometimes you express passion, support us as your sons, as your daughters. Don't use our aid against us. Use our aid to see that we help this country. It's very intelligent. Take a bow and go, please.
Honestly, Senator Abu, you know, you will agree with me that this Senate has been very kind to you. In spite of all the noise you make in the Senate, we tolerate you because we recognize the youthfulness in you. I'm very proud of your speech today.
But there is one thing that cannot be debated. Bosun is a brilliant Nigerian, a tech guru. This is the young man that brought the founder of Facebook, talking about Mark Zuckerberg, to Nigeria. He brought the founder of Twitter to Nigeria. He brought Bill Gates to Nigeria. He is a good Nigerian and a great asset and treasure for Nigeria. Appointing a minister is not a favor to him. It's actually a favor to Nigeria. And as a young Nigerian, I am very proud to say that he is a Nigerian and he is representing the interests of young Nigerians.